Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday morning, the day after Valentine's Day, February 15th, and I wanted to do a quick card pull from one of my favorite decks. It's called the Druid Plant Oracle, and it's by Philip Carr-Gomm. And out of all my plant decks, I find this one to be really refreshing and different and sweet. And it's relatively new for me. I only recently bought it, maybe about a year ago. But I wanted to use this today to pull some cards for us for the week ahead. I always find it to be a really nurturing and wise deck. So I will read from the book because I'm still learning the meanings that he has prescribed. I don't have it memorized yet, but I really love the energy. And I wanted to say, I hope everyone is feeling very loved up this weekend from Valentine's and Galentine's. Right after this reading, I'm looking forward to meeting my women's circle for our monthly meeting, and I'm so grateful to have them. And I'm grateful for my sweetheart and my lovely friends. I spent part of Valentine's yesterday at my friend Barbara's house, and she gifted me a violet plant. So it's got some flowers and it's just so funny because, oh, my cat's talking. Yes, we hear you. Violet, if there is such a thing as having a plant totem, I would say Violet is mine. And we just seem to travel through life together. Um, they'll just be gifted to me randomly, or I'll order a plant through the mail. And a Violet will hitchhike along for the ride. And it was just so funny. She called me over to just come get a Violet plant. So I can never say no to Violet. And it's so nice to be able to smell Violet. Here, smell the Violet. And it's definitely one of my favorite plant medicines. And if you're not familiar, I have my apothecary and my parfumery as well with Arabesque Aromas. You can check that all out and my sister YouTube channel. I think my cat is going to join us for the reading here. All right, you want to sit here? There's not a lot of room. My cat Winifred. We've been spending a lot of time together. She's dealing with an illness, and so we're trying to enjoy each other's company while we can and giving her a quality of life and as much friendship and love as she needs. Um, but yeah, I had a lovely Valentine's, and the day before, when I was at work, a client brought me the cutest gift of these balloons, and it just made me feel like a little girl again. It was really lovely and light, and I noticed I tied them to my chair at work so they wouldn't float away because where I work, it has a very high ceiling. And I just noticed it made so many people smile as they passed. And it just was so darling and cute and made me feel very young. And I loved it. And he brought a big bag of chocolates. And so I decided I would distribute them to everyone in light of Valentine's. And so it was really fun to share chocolates with everyone in my building as well. So it's really lovely. I feel really loved up by everyone. And I hope you feel the same. And if you don't, I'm hoping that my cards will bring you some comfort today and through the week ahead. So now that Winifred has decided to be quiet and sit down for a minute, I'm going to pick from this beautiful deck by Philip Carr-Gomm. And he has a really cool YouTube channel I really enjoy too. Um, I just randomly started watching it one day because I thought the title was so cute. Tea with a Druid. It's as cute as it sounds, trust me. It's he's a really gentle, wise soul. So of course he would create a gentle, wise deck. So let's see. I'm going to pick three cards for us for the week ahead. This is a general reading starting today, the 15th, entering eclipse season. Nice. We got mugwort. Hold them up in a moment. We got the Celtic bean. Nice. And juniper. Lovely. All right, so let me show you what we got here. We got mugwort. This card, I don't think I've ever pulled this card in this deck before, the Celtic bean. So I look forward to that. And then juniper. I love the smell of juniper. I love working with it. I put a little juniper in my Kaifi incense, and I always love the scent, especially after I've ground everything in my spice grinder. Oh, it just smells delicious. So, and I hope you could just hear the crows that were just talking outside the window. Love my friends, the crows. Okay, let's see. So, mugwort. There's a lot of information here, so I'll just go with the oracle meaning. So, in a nutshell, it says prophecy, clairvoyance, and protection. Using an oracle such as this can help you see beyond the everyday. But in addition to reading the words on this page, you need to engage your intuitive abilities so that you can sense the card's meaning in a way that is valuable in the context of your own life. So I have enjoyed working with mugwort too. And to me, what I understand, I kind of connect this card to the High Priestess card in the tarot deck, if that makes sense. And you can even see the moon there in the back. So, and that's kind of what is being said here. So, yeah. So engaging your intuitive abilities so you can sense the card's meaning in a way that is valuable in the context of your own life. Choosing this card in a reading may suggest that conditions are propitious, propitious for the development of your intuitive powers. Mugwort is said to aid in the work of prophecy and clairvoyance, which literally means clear seeing. Rather than developing any psychic power, quote unquote, for its own sake, the Druid seeks to develop the ability to see and understand things clearly. And it may be that such a clarity is a quality that you need to seek in your present situation. Maybe also the Queen of Swords, the way she cuts through the illusions and the crap and the dross to get to the heart of the matter. So maybe those two tarot cards will help you envision the meaning of this card. You can only achieve the objectivity necessary for clear seeing when you are untroubled, when you feel safe and secure emotionally. Mugwort is a powerful herb of protection and can help to create an atmosphere of safety that banishes all negative influences by also connecting you to your inner source of strength and healing. That's lovely. Beautiful. So that's the mugwort. And I once made a beautiful full moon infusion of mugwort oil. And I had that for a long time. I really enjoyed that. So if you really want to work with the energy of mugwort, if you have access to the fresh plant or if you want to grow it for yourself, that's one way to really work with it over the course of a period of time. Okay, so let's see what the Celtic bean means. I'm kind of interested to find out. The Celtic bean. Some animals in the background. Interesting. Okay, let's look this up. Okay, the Celtic bean. Fertility, reincarnation, nourishment. Oh, so the Celtic bean is the broad bean. I've definitely heard of the broad bean, grown widely around the world today, and is an entirely different plant to other kinds of bean, such as kidney, French string, wax, and haricot. Okay. The card shows a plant in bloom in the foreground, and beside it, a basket of beans. And of course, I can't help but think of magic beans and the tale of Jack and the Beanstalk. Behind it, we see rows in cultivation on an Iron Age farm, which we can see in the distance. Pigs are busy in the field. Okay, so here we go. The broad bean is associated with fertility and reincarnation. And I mean, I don't know about where you are, but in LA, oh my gosh, LA is absolutely blooming right now with every kind of flower and fragrance. It's, you hear the crows? I hope you do. It's just absolutely beautiful right now. And I know it's early. I know it's only mid-February, but you can already see like that abundance of spring here. So, as the bean sprouts, it is a phallic symbol, and the bean, when it has formed, resembles an embryo. The ancients saw the plant as being in direct communication with the realm of the dead, with their spirits returning from the underworld through the hollow stems of the plant. Wow, what a beautiful visual. Choosing this card may indicate that something which you thought was dead has come back to life in a new form. A relationship you believed was over may suddenly be revived. Or a project that was buried long ago may be bearing fruit in an unexpected way. So it's phonic energies coming to life. So like the Judgment card where you see in like the Waite Tarot, they're blowing the trumpets and the dead are rising from their graves to begin a new life, I would say. Alternatively, you may be experiencing a sensual earthiness which seeks sexual expression, or you may find that you are drawn to expressing this earthiness in an artistic way. Lovely. So yeah, it says here symbol of death, fertility, and renewal. Interesting. There's a lot more about the plant's folklore, but I don't want to read it and just I don't want to overwhelm with information. So I'll move on to juniper. Beautiful juniper. Now I'm going to have that Donovan song stuck in my head. Juniper, juniper. Okay. Juniper. Okay, Winifred, here we go. She's listening. Cleansing, pioneering, and magic. So this is a pretty strong reading we're having here. It seems like we are working on our intuition and kind of moving forward with new energies in a new direction. Cleansing, pioneering, and magic. In the old days, juniper was used to cleanse houses, cattle, and people in preparation for the coming of summer. This card may mean that there is something you need to complete or clear away before you begin a new project or phase. There is a saying, before you can welcome something new, you need to say goodbye to something that needs release. If you are having difficulty beginning a new endeavor or relationship, perhaps you must first attend to the old one to tie up loose ends and complete the cycle. The card may also suggest that it's time to pay attention to the significance of beginnings. How we start something determines in many ways the journey and the outcome that will follow. This is why intention, forethought, and planning are so important. The art of living well lies in maintaining a genuine sense of spontaneity while still acting thoughtfully and purposefully. So, wow, our cards. I think too, these cards are maybe getting us ready for eclipse season, which usually has a lot of change ahead in it. And so, really being in touch with our truths and our inner worlds, using our inner high priestess energies, and thinking about what we'd like to bring back to life where possible, and what maybe also needs to stay, quote unquote, dead. Being really clear and exercising that aspect of like the Queen of Swords that I witnessed in this card that I saw when I was reading the meaning. So you can make a very intentional beginning, and then using the juniper and clearing what you know won't be coming with you on your new beginning as you bloom and blossom into spring. So that's my feeling of this reading, and I hope that it gives you some love and some direction and some reassurance this week. So wishing you a wonderful week ahead, and I will be back soon for another reading with Winifred and my violet plant. Have a good week. Bye-bye.